All right, Shalom. Let me start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, GMS Qadash. Yahweh, that's the true name of the Heavenly Father, who the world calls God. Yahweh Shai, that's the true name of the Heavenly Father's only begotten Son, who this world calls Jesus Christ. All right, and Shalom to 144,000 men that's laboring in this truth for the sake of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. All right, Shalom to the 1/3 men, women, and children that may be listening in all truth and in sincerity. Shalom. All right, on to touch on the topic, that nobody can hold your hand in this truth, man. All right, because we can't make brothers do videos. You can't make, somebody, come into this truth and walk this path. All right, it's all through the spirit. You can't force the course of the river. All right, and let me start out at I think it's 2 Timothy 2:12 or 1 Timothy 2:12. Salakia. Philippians 2:12. Salakia. All right, this is Philippians chapter 2, verse 12. It says, "Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling," man. All right, so we exhort, we edify, we uplift, all right, other brothers in this truth. All right, but at the end of the day, we have to work out our own salvation, man. All right, we can't grab somebody else's hand, and make it to the kingdom, man. All right, because, in Jacob's trouble, the wisdom and knowledge, and the spirit that you have in you, that's going to be your survival, man, because it's not promised that you're going to have, another brother with you to guide you, in the times of trouble, man. All right. And let me get Isaiah 33:6. It says, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord Yahweh is his treasure," man. All right, wisdom and knowledge, the stability of our time, and the strength of our salvation, man. That's going to be our strength, man. All right. All right, and let me get 2 Esdras, chapter 7, verse. Let me see where I can start. I just started at the top. 2 Esdras, chapter 7, verse 1. It says, "And when I had made an end of speaking these words, there was sent unto me the angel which had been sent unto me the nights before, and he said unto me, Up, Esdras, and hear the words that I am come to tell thee. And I said, Speak on, my God. Then he said unto me, The sea is set in a wide place, that it might be deep and great. But put the case, the entrance were narrow and like a river. And then, who then could go into the sea to look upon it and to rule it? If he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad? There is another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of good things. The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left hand a deep water, and one only path between them both. Even so, the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. If this city now were given unto a man for an entrance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive his inheritance? And then it says in verse 10, it says, and I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion, man. So this is, this is like the kingdom of heaven, man. The path to the kingdom of heaven, it's a narrow path, man. That straight gate. All right, and in verse 8 it says, so small that there could but one man go there at once, man. All right, so this is like this truth, coming into the times of Jacob's trouble, being beamed up to the chariots, Lord willing, man. All right, that path is a narrow path, man. All right, only one man can go at a time, man. All right, so we can't hold your hand in this truth. All right, bring you along, two men going along together, man. All right, everybody has to work out their own salvation, man. With fear and trembling, man. All right, and that even goes for women as well, man. They have to work out their own salvation. They can't, be given over to the RFID chip, the mark of the beast, man. Because they're going to be destroyed, man. The Lord said they're going to be destroyed, man. So everybody, at the end of the day, have to work out their own salvation, man. All right, it's either you believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, all right, or you don't, man. All right, and let me stay in 2nd Ezra, the 7th chapter, and let me jump down to. Let me start at verse 20. It says, for there be many that perish in this life, because they despise the law of God that is set before them. For God have given them straight commandment to such as came, what they should do to live, even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment, man. So the Lord, he set the path, man. He set that narrow path, man. All right, but only a few is going to follow the narrow path, to actually live, man. All right, verse 22 says, nevertheless, they were not obedient unto him, but spake against him and imagined vain things, man. We hear that every day, man. People speaking against Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right, saying, Mother Nature, the universe created itself. Nobody gives honor and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, all right, except his elect men. All right, and a few sincere sisters, man. All right. In verse 22, verse 23, it says, and deceived themselves by their wicked deeds, and said of the Most High that he is not, and knew not his ways, man. All right, these people don't know the Most High, man. All right, they deny the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. All right, especially Babylon, America, man. All right, it's ran by the wicked, man. All right, they promote homosexuality, man. They encourage you to shave your beard. All right, get in the lineups, growing dreadlocks, smoking weed. All right, making women to harlots. All right, they promote that, man. Having sex with other wives, man, other men's wives. They promote all this, man. But let me go back to that straight gate. All right, this is Luke chapter 13 and verse 24. All right, it says, strive to enter in at the straight gate, for many, I say unto you, will seek to enter in and shall not be able, man. So we have to, We have to work out our own salvation, man. We have to, we have to strive to enter into that straight gate, man, because it's narrow, man. All right, two people can't go in at a time, man. It's one at a time. All right, so therefore we have to work out our own salvation, man. All right, and I have, let me get First Peter 2:10. It's one of my Second Peter 2:10, one of my favorite scriptures. Or the Second Peter 1:10. Yeah, Second Peter 1:10. It says, "Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if you do these things, you shall never fall," man. All right, we have to give diligence to make our calling and election sure, man. All right, and let me close out with this. All right, Galatians chapter 6 and verse 4. It says, "But let every man prove his own work, and then shall he have rejoicing in himself alone, and not in another," man. All right, let every man prove their own work, man. All right, because the scriptures also say, roughly paraphrasing, make proof of your ministry, man. All right, so we are proving our own work, man. That's why, every brother in every camp, they got their own channel. All right, and they go out to the highways, the byways together, man. All right, but we have to do our own videos because we have to work out our own salvation, man. We have to build up our own spirits at the end of the day. Even though it is about the brotherhood and unity, all right, but we have to prove our own work as well, man. All right, and it says, "And then shall he have rejoicing in himself alone and not in another," man. All right, Lord, we can rejoice together on the fact that we all made it through the chariots, man. By working out our own salvation, man. All right, so I just wanted to touch on that. Lord willing, this video is edifying. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, GMS Qadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone. Peace and mercy to the house of David. All right, and I was just looking at this as well. I was going to close out, but verse 5, that hits the point as well. All right, it says, "For every man shall bear his own burden," man. All right, so we gotta hold our own weight, man. All right, to the next lesson, shalom.